Hello students, today we have discussed objectives or goals of financial management. I am Dr. Hari Prapan Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Management UG, GLA University Mathura. Our topic is objective or goal of financial management. Basically, each and every firm have a main objective for their survival is growth. In order to survive in the business and to grow, a business must earn sufficient profits to maximize the economic welfare of its owner. But the question is how to maximize the owner's economic welfare. Financial experts differ while finding a solution to this problem, and there are main two thoughts regarding the objective of financial management. One is profit maximization objective, second name is wealth maximization objective. Some person told that pronounce that value maximization objective. Now firstly we discuss what is the profit maximization objective. The objective of financial management of an enterprise is to maximize the profit, just like our name suggests, that profit maximization. Some experts hold the opinion that when finance manager is considering the investment, financing and other related decisions, he should select that alternative which may maximize the profit. Basically, profit is the test of economic performance and its efficiency. It is also a vehicle for efficient allocation and optimum utilization of the society's limited resources. This ensures the maximum social welfare. Thus, profit maximization objective is justified on the following ground. First is rational. According to this particular point, profit is the device which transforms the selfness of mankind into channels of useful services. A rational human being performs an economic activity with the objective of utility maximization. Since utility can easily be measured in terms of profits, therefore the objective of profit maximization seems rational. Clear? Second one is test of business performance. Business has all along been considered as an economic institution, and thus a common measurement of its efficiency is profit. The profit earned by any business enterprises in the result of its production, marketing and managerial efficiency. It is the ultimate test of business performance. Next one is main source of inspiration. It is the profit which inspires person or group of person to be more efficient than others by hard labor and competition. If the attraction of profit is over, there will be no place of competition. In such a situation, the speed of development and progress will be at standstill. Next point is maximum social welfare. It ensures maximum social welfare by providing maximum dividend to shareholders, timely payment to creditors, more wages and other benefits to workers, better quality products at cheaper rate to consumers, more employment to society and maximum return to the owners. Next one is basis of decision making. All strategies and tactical decisions in our business are taken keeping in view the profit earning objective. This is the only criteria for rational decision. If you have gained more profit, then you have a more your decisions have right or accurate. If you have not a profit, then your decision will be wrong. Now we have discussed limitations of profit maximization objective. First one is ambiguity. Just the name suggests loose expression of the term profit. The term profit is vague and is ambiguous concept. It is amenable to different interpretations for different people. There are various types of profit: short-term profit, long-term profit, profit before tax and profit after tax, gross profit, operating profit, net profit, profit per share and total profit. If profit maximization is taken to be the only objective, the question arises, which of these type of profit should a firm try to maximize? For example, further, it is possible that profit may increase but earning per share decline. If a company has presently 10,000 equity shares issued and earns a profit of rupees 1 lakh rupees, the earnings per share are rupees 10 now. If the company further issue 5,000 shares and makes a total profit is of rupees 1,20,000, the total profit have increased by 20,000, but the earning per share will decline to the rupees 8. Clear? Next is profit maximization objectives ignores timing of benefits, or we can say time value of money. We all knows rupee today in hand is better than rupee in tomorrow's hand. For example, it treats all earning as equal though they occur in different periods. It ignores the fact that cash received today is more important than the same amount of cash received after say 3 years. The stockholders may prefer a regular return from investment even if it is the smaller than expected higher return after a long period. Next one is profit maximization objective fails to recognize quality of benefits. It does not take into consideration the risk of the prospective earnings stream. Some projects are more risky than others. The earning stream will also be risky in the former than the later. Two firms may have same expected earning per share, but if the earning stream of one is more risky, then the market value of its share will be comparatively less. Next is dividend policy. The effect of dividend policy on the market price of shares is also not considered in the objective of profit maximization. In case earning per share is the only objective, then an enterprise may not think of paying dividend at all, because retaining profits in the business or investing them in the market may satisfy this aim. Now we have discussed the topic wealth maximization. As you told about before, value maximization is also known as wealth maximization, net present worth maximization. The worth, wealth or value signifies the worth to the owners of business. Market price of equity share. When on also define wealth, value is represented by market price of companies common stock. Common stock means their equity shares. Now we discuss, according to the wealth maximization objective, business operations should be conducted in such a way as to ensure maximum net present value to the shareholders. The firm maximize the stockholders' wealth. The individual stockholders can use this wealth to maximize his individual utility. It means that by maximizing stockholders' wealth, the firm is operating consistently towards maximizing stockholders' utility. Stockholders' current wealth in a firm equal to number of shares owned X into current stock price per share. We can discuss with this particular graph. Maximum utility refers to maximum stockholders' wealth, and that refers to maximum current stock price per share. Means if you increase your stock prices, that is a wealth maximization. Now we discuss criticism of wealth maximization. It is a perspective idea. The objective is not descriptive of what the firms actually do. Basically, profit maximization, so you have earned something, but wealth maximization, if only you think about the increases the prices of the shares, that not maximum to go to the elaboration person. Second is, there is some controversy as to whether the objective is to maximize the stockholder's wealth or wealth of the firm, which includes other financial claim holders such as debenture holders. It is also create the agency problems where employee, or we can say board of directors objective is differ and firm shareholders objective is differ. The objective of wealth maximization is not necessarily desirable. The objective of wealth maximization may also face difficulties when ownership and management are separated, as is the case in most of the large corporate form of the organization. The goal for the maximum present value is generally justified on the following ground. It is consistent with the object of maximizing owner's economic welfare. It focuses on the long run picture. It considers risk. It recognizes the value of regular dividend payments. It takes into account time value of money. It maintains market price of its shareholders. It seeks growth in sales and earnings. Thank you class. We meet